Welcome back to another episode of Off the Dribble, featuring myself, Aashrith, and my co-host Chetan. After a long hiatus, yet again we are back. Apologies to the viewers. The exam season's on upon us, and it's been hard to manage this and like fucking 5 different midterms. But
Yeah.
we are out now. We are back, and a lot of good basketball recently. A lot of nice things to discuss. A lot of like finally trying to discuss basketball the right way. Know who's coaching what team.
Facts.
Like
Yep.
if you want to give credit to the Pistons, we credit J.B. Bickerstaff, not Chauncey
Yeah.
Billups.
Yep.
And I think the best place to start is probably the most prevalent topic in basketball right now, the MVP race, which in my opinion I don't really think is a race,
Yeah.
but like counting stats really seem to be making an argument now. But Thunder beat the Celtics yesterday without Jalen Williams. Pretty good game.
hmm
Jason Tatum really showed out. Probably, in my opinion, the most underrated player in the league at this point is probably Jason Tatum. Like,
Crazy
doesn't
to
get
say
any
that.
love. And like, it's crazy. A consensus top 5 player in the league is probably one of the most
Underrated.
underrated players in the league. But in my opinion, he's probably third in the MVP race at this point. He's been cooking. He cooked us yesterday. Like he had 30, 31, but he really made it look super easy.
hmm
But I mean, the best player on the floor yesterday was who I think is the MVP. And I think it's time we have like a proper discussion because it's like the discourse on Twitter is getting a little too much. Like, and not everything is a foul bait. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like
Yeah.
yesterday, the clip go around yesterday was when Jalen Brown had 4 fouls. He had his hand on Shea's chest, and Shea notices that he's reaching, so he goes up for a shot, and Jalen Brown slaps him on the wrist. Like that's a foul.
That
Like
is a
and like every form of basketball is a foul. Like if you want to bring up the clip from 2 days ago when Shea was against the Nuggets when Shea was dribbling in the paint, Russ is coming behind him aggressively, and Shea jumped into him and got a foul. If you want to call that foul baiting, that's fine. But when a player is over aggressive, Jalen Brown is typically not played well against the Thunder, kind of like Jamal Murray against you guys.
yeah.
Like Dort kind of has his number. He's at that point shooting like 2 for 11. It's been a rough game. He has 4 fouls. He's been on the bench of foul trouble. He's trying to get over aggressive on Shea, and Shea catches him. Right? Like that's not the clip that we should be using to like generate like a foul baiter or a foul merchant or whatever. And the second point is that like mile crash out. But the second point is if a team shoots 22 threes in a quarter and shoots 61 threes for the game and loses the free throw battle by 20 free throws,
Yeah.
like you shouldn't be complaining about not getting to the line if you're not shooting in the paint. Like I don't know, like if people think that we're gonna close out hard on Sam Hauser and foul him from 3, but if you're not gonna get to the rim, then like you're not gonna get a foul call from the ref. Like we
Yeah.
lead the league in drives per game and are last in free throws per game.
Yeah.
Like the foul narrative is like a bit tired and a bit overplayed, but like crash out aside, like I think Shea's the MVP, and I don't know if you disagree or not.
I think I agree with you. I think he's the MVP. I mean, his team, what do you guys just clinch the playoffs? You guys are 54-12, just beat like a top 3 team in the league. I think people get get more mad about the fact that like in the situation you explained, like when he realized that like Jalen Brown was on his arm, he went to get the foul. I think people are more mad about the fact that he tries doing that, but they don't understand that at the same time, like he's still like dropping like 22 to 24 points just from pure isolation, like just like cooking people. And like I was talking about this with someone yesterday, like during the Wolves game. Like I think the main reason that separates his game from a lot of like other people is like he gets to his spots so easily, and like being able to do that so consistently in the NBA is like really hard, and that's what makes someone so consistent as a scorer. And like his ability to get to his mid range is like crazy, and it's like he has like 2 different spots. It's like on the elbow, it's like a baseline fadeaway, and when he gets to those spots, he gets to them every single play. So like just his ability to do that, like yeah, the fouls, that's part of a game. Like Chris Paul does that, Steph does that. Like if you want to talk about foul baiting, Steph does that a lot. Steph will like bump into you when he's trying to go for a layup. He'll try to do a bunch of those kind of things. So like you can't really just like put it only on Shea. Like I, for one, in the beginning of the season was one person who was like, damn, bro, like he goes to the line every time. Like he's always at the line. But like if you really watch him play, like you said, he drives the most in the league. For me, the reason I get mad about it is because Ant is like also top 5 in drives and gets like half the calls that Shea gets. So that's where the issue come from me. I'm like, if you're giving, I think people are just more mad about the consistency of calls throughout the league. I feel like they just assume that he's getting every call, but you also have to understand his usage rate is also pretty high. He's in isolation more times than a lot of the players in the league. So like it's gonna happen at one point.
I want to know what people think. Like, do people think like the refs benefit from giving Shea a call? Like I don't think Shea's been like a top 5 player for enough years to like justify the refs favoring him like over like players like LeBron or Steph or KD. Surely surely Shea isn't like. I don't feel like the NBA is profiting from giving Shea calls. Like
Yeah,
I don't understand this conspiracy that the refs want to give him calls. Like I kind of compare it like to a like Harden. Harden was different in terms of like the way he foul baited because Shea does a lot of the similar things. Like if he notices you reaches, he kind of holds your arm a little bit and then goes up with the shot. That's like I understand people want to get mad about that, but like Harden used to take a step back and then like kick his legs out a little bit to get the foul call. They had to outlaw that. Harden and Lou Williams both used to drive for the paint and flail their head back as much as they could. Like I think Shea's kind of like not to that level, but like a little below. And it makes like Harden used to get dragged for that shit too. But like when you lead the league in scoring, like I think the most telling stat is like Shea by far leads the league in scoring. Like he's about 400 points clear the next person. The second highest like total points after that is Shea after 3 quarters. Shea before the fourth quarter starts. The third highest after that is Shea without free throws. Like if I don't think like the free throws isn't necessarily making like that big an adjustment. And he said it best. He's like, I don't need the fouls, but if you're gonna foul me, I'm gonna take it. Like it's a free 6 or 7 points a game that he just gets.
Like you have to understand, it's a 48-minute game. Like if I'm pretty sure anybody would gladly take 10 free throws a game if they were given to the person. Like why would you try working it? Like what's the point of that? Like I feel like people also just don't understand how like actually like the NBA really works. It's not pickup basketball where like you're just going out there and just trying to get a bucket every single time. Like there's strategy involved with it. There's like game plans that coaches do. Like you said with the Jaylen Brown thing, he probably knew, oh, JB has 4 fouls. Let me get him a 5th one. Like there was like things like that where you like players think about and then they do certain things. So like you can't put it all on the player.
Yeah, but now on to the MVP case, which I think we're in agreement.
Yeah,
but it's more than just like the 33 points a game, right? Because Jokic is averaging 30.
Yeah,
he's averaging a triple double, which is like that's good enough. And like I think Jokic would win every sort of counting stat like argument, right? Like he's averaging like 13. He probably has second in league rebounds a game.
Yeah, he's averaging 29, 13, and 10.4.
Yeah, he's second. He's like third in league in scoring, second league in everything else, right? But for me, what's really differentiated Shea is Shea's 13 games ahead of Jokic, right?
Yeah.
That's one. But two, Shea's been missing like I think we played a fully healthy game like 5 times this season. We didn't have iHeart for the first 6 weeks. We didn't have Chet for like 11 weeks after that. We haven't had Jada for periodic stretches. We're not gonna have him for a while now with the hip strain. Caruso's been out of the lineup. Like we didn't play with a center for a month. And throughout all this, like we haven't even missed a beat. Like 54-12 is gonna be our best. We're on pace for our best record by about 6 games, and this is like a team with like heritage, right? Like Westbrook, like Durant, Harden, like team like superstar like pantheon greats have played for this team, and Shea's quite like in my opinion putting up the best season in Thunder history, and it's like how efficiently he's doing it too. Like I know Jokic is also doing it very efficiently, but to give you like 57% true shooting percentage and also like top 5 in defensive rating, top 5 in most defensive stats. Like he's not obviously the lockdown defender that Caruso, Dort, or Cason Wallace is, but the fact that you can depend on him to get a stop late game, and the fact that in both the first and the second Nuggets game, the way we'd get points is by targeting Jokic. We had iHeart go for 13 points in the first quarter just off just Jokic and ball actions. Like teams can't target Shea. And if they're to target Shea, it's because we have 4 all-world defenders on the other end.
Yeah.
So that's what differentiates it for me. I would never argue that Shea's clearly a better basketball player than Jokic. I think Jokic has like a clear case for best player in the world. but I think the season that Shea is having, like if we're gonna, and this is an argument that Nick Wright said yesterday, which I agreed with. Like if you voted for Jokic last year over like Luka, who averaged 34, 10, and 10, like you'd have to vote for Shea this year just consistently, right? Because
Yeah.
last year we voted for Jokic because of the record, but
Yep.
this year you want to vote for Jokic because of the stats. Like it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think you hit on most points, but just like that is the defense is like puts it aside. Like because Jokic is basically a cone on defense. It's not talked about enough because of how good he is on offense. But if you watch that man play, he just stands there. He does not do anything. So like Shea is on a team that like has like probably 4 all defensive players that you could probably name. So like obviously he doesn't get that defensive like shine, but like he's like you said, top 5 in a bunch of categories in defense, deflection, steals, or defensive rating as like as an on-ball defender. So just like if you're dropping 34 points a game on the offensive end and you're still keeping your head up and you're still like helping your team and you're a plus defender in the defensive end, and again you're 54-12, number 1 team in the West. How many games ahead of the Nuggets? 12 games ahead of the Nuggets. Like
13
that's
now.
yeah, 13. So like I think that's more than enough just to like put a stamp on the MVP for him.
Yeah. And obviously leading who I think is the best team in the league, but moving on to another team who's making an incredibly difficult case for me to say that they're not the best team in the league.
The Cavs, man.
They came out of nowhere, man. Like
Oh
we keep saying it every episode, but like, what do you think about the Cavs this season?
15-game win streak is crazy, bro. What? They're on a 15-game win streak. Oh my god.
Again, like I think it's their third 10+ game winning streak of the season.
Wow. Like I watched them play. Like I'm not gonna lie. So like they've played some really close games recently against some pretty bad teams. Like I think it was a Hornets game. Yeah, they played a really close game against the Hornets. Like they were fully healthy that game too. But that was my problem with the Cavs in the beginning. I was like, can they sustain this kind of like consistent winning? But like we're basically 3/4 into the season and they're the best team in the league in the East. And you're also the best team in the league overall. Like I think that team is just so complete from start to finish. Like you have, I mean, like the defensive lapse in Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell, like that's made up so easily because you have 3 great defenders now in DeAndre Hunter, Jared Allen, and Evan Mobley. I think Evan Mobley is going to win Defensive Player of the Year. I don't really know because Victor Wembanyama got hurt, so I don't really know who else could win that award.
Him and Jaren, right?
Yeah, him. I think I would probably give it to Mobley just because of their record too. Just it's crazy, but I always thought like the Cavs would be a good team, and I mean you gotta give credit to the coaching. Like Kenny Atkinson, like did something, like came up with a game plan, like was able to make DG and Donovan work. Like there was a lot of rumors in the summer about one of them leaving, one of them not wanting to stay, like Darius Garland not wanting to stay if Donovan stays, like stuff like that. But like they made it work. He fixed it up like last year with Bickerstaff was their coach last year, right? Yeah, like with him, they were just like sitting at the 5th seed, but now like you literally have the same exact team and you're 10 times better. So you gotta give all like that like love to the coaching staff.
Yeah, and the roster construction, bro.
Yeah,
like the fact that they got DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Like it doesn't even like they gave Karis LeVert with all due respect to Karis LeVert, of course. Like
Great
DeAndre Hunter
offensive player, but like very inconsistent though. Like compared to DeAndre Hunter, that dude is dropping 20 points off the bench every single game.
Yeah, and like it's about. I think the biggest thing for Kenny Atkinson is making players like Ty Jerome, making players like Sam Merrill, like Dean Wade, like those players, like because if you put those players in any other situation, right? Like I remember watching Ty Jerome play for the Thunder, and he was like a fun player to use on 2K because he had a strap. But it, like he was a cone on defense. Like he didn't really have any sort of bag work. Like it was nothing. Like it was like essentially watching a spot up 3-point shooter.
It's just like I feel like even in the Brooklyn days, like when he was like the Brooklyn coach, like he was putting his players in like positions where they would like succeed at and be good at. Like he's not like letting someone do more than what they should be doing. Like as Sam Merrill, for example, he goes in and like I see Kenny like run plays for him off the ball to get like catch and shoot 3-pointers. That's what he does. He puts them in positions to do that, and that gives him confidence. So like I feel like just as a coach, like putting your players in positions where they'll be good at and like finding their strengths and weaknesses is something he's really good at. So that's probably one reason why like he's done so well with the team.
And the biggest credit probably to me is Donovan Mitchell, because
Yeah.
you have a player that good that could easily average 27, 28 points to league. He has done before.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes a step back, cuts his average by about 5 points, and
He's
distributes the
22 right
ball
now.
so
Yeah.
much more to players
Yeah.
like Darius Garland, players like Evan Mobley, like players who were already primed to take that next step. Now we're seeing the vision that we had for Evan Mobley like 3 years ago, right? This is what you drafted him for. His handle is so good, so good for a 7-footer. Like
Yeah.
everyone obviously saw the defense potential, but I saw him take a tween step back 3 the other day, and I'm like, bro, like if he develops this like for real, like he said him or Wemby's gonna be the best player in 5 years. I believe him, bro.
Yeah.
like, like
I
the
mean, like
bag work is
he's
crazy.
literally built like Wemby too. Like maybe just like a couple in. Like how tall is he? 7 foot.
Yeah, around.
Yeah, like he's like 4 inches shorter than him. Like he's as lengthy as Wemby. Like he has that same body. So like I mean, just get that bag and he'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly. And like I think I'm starting to lean Cavs, bro, in
Yeah.
a Cavs Celtics matchup.
Yep.
Like it's I just don't know how the Celtics can compete with that much depth, especially if they're gonna play the way they play. Because like unless they get hot for a playoff series, like if they actually play, I don't watch Celtics back. I don't watch every Celtics game. I watch the ESPN ones and the games they pick against the Thunder. And if they really take 55 to 63s a game, bro, like it's just not feasible.
Yeah.
Like they'll have games where they blow out people just because they make 25 threes in a game. But a game like yesterday where Drew Holiday gets to the paint against Cason Wallace, has a wide open layup, and instead chooses to pass it out for a contested Al Horford 3. Like, I'm not even understanding the thought process. And you can clearly tell he's coached to do it because we didn't see him do it anywhere else he's played.
Anyway, yep.
So, like, a team that plays like such well about because not like the Cavs don't shoot threes. They're the best percentage 3-point shooting team in the league. But they take smart threes. Like they get the ball to their paint and they play inside out. Like if I really have to watch like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown ISO ball to like Derek White and Peyton Pritchard contested fadeaway threes for like I'm taking the other team, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like it was sustainable. Like when you first see the team last year at like full effect, like you're like, okay, like this could, and last season they didn't take this many threes last year. Like they took a lot, but it was not at this high of a rate as they're taking right now. Like
Yeah.
every other shot they take is a 3-pointer, and I don't get it. I really hate when like I'm watching a game and like a team has like 17, 16 seconds left on the clock and you're taking a contested 3. Like move the
Unless you're
ball.
Steph Curry, bro, do not take that
Yeah.
shot.
Like move the ball around and like until like 6 seconds left, try to see if you can find an open man. If you can't, then go take your fadeaway contested 3. Do whatever you want then. But like I don't get you're like wasting possessions. But yeah, like I feel like I don't know what Missoula's doing, bro. Like that I don't get it. And also the defense is also Celtics defense has also been very, very shaky recently. This whole season, actually. They're like, I think they're still top 10 in the league, but like every game that I've watched, I've like you said, I don't watch Celtics games all the time because I like really don't want to. I watch like ESPN games and like any games that's televised or if they play the Wolves, but they're pretty small. Like they play Tatum at the 4 when Kristaps is healthy. So like you can't, that's not feasible against a team like the Cavs. Like you're gonna have Tatum and Mobley. Like what's going on over there? Like, and then at the same time the Cavs match up so well defensively because you could just put Ooh, actually that would be hard. Because
Okay,
I was
but
gonna say you put Mobley on Kristaps, and that means you have to put Jared Allen on.
I don't mind Jared Allen on Kristaps, bro.
Yeah, Jared Allen
But
he can move laterally well enough to kind of keep up compared to a lot of other big men.
here's my defense, right? I don't think there's a player in the league that can guard Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
So like you expect 30 from him, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are players that can guard Evan Mobley. You're not expecting 30 from Evan Mobley at this stage in his career. But Tatum's gonna give up 30 to Evan Mobley or 25.
25.
Like that's like I feel like Evan Mobley's 25 is more valuable than Jason Tatum's 30. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I get that.
But I don't know, man. Like I'm probably just a hater. Like I don't even believe in the championship experience shit. Like they played 4 broken teams last year, bro. With all due respect, like
yeah, they played the Pacers, injured Pacers team that actually kept it close in like a couple, maybe like 3 or 4 of those games.
Every team they played in the Eastern Conference didn't have their best player.
I think when they played the Heat, no Jimmy. When they played the Cavs, it was tied 1-1, and then D-Mitch got hurt,
Yeah.
and then the Cavs just lost 4 in a row. I mean, if D-Mitch, I'm not saying they would have won that series, but if D-Mitch wasn't hurt, I mean, I think the Cavs could have stole another game last season too.
Yeah. And then they play Luka, who's bleeding every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what happened. You just see it. By the way, aside, bro, Luka just stopped bleeding out of that knee when he went to the Lakers. I don't know what the Mavs were doing, but the Lakers fixed him up fast, I guess.
He's balling with them, bro. He's doing good.
Yeah, good for Luka, man.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Like, the more and more I look at the landscape of the league, the more and more I'm seeing a Thunder Cavs final,
Yeah.
which I would love.
The
As
Thundercats would be pretty cool.
a
Thundercats
fan of
would be pretty
basketball.
cool.
As a Thunder fan, I would not like it, but as a fan of basketball, I love it.
Yeah. All right. So next we will. Yeah. Has the way we discuss the NBA ruined basketball?
Dude, it's like what prompted me to talk about this is obviously like I'm sure like if you like basketball, you probably saw the NBA on TNT clip from Tuesday where Shaq first of all in his podcast in the morning talked about how he doesn't like the Pistons and how they're 4 games under 500. They're 6 games above 500 and competing for home court advantage. Then he goes 6 hours later on live television and talks about how he loves the Pistons and how Chauncey Billups deserves a lot of credit for turning the program around. Chauncey Billups played there in 2004.
Yeah.
He's not coached there in his life. And like
Chauncey Billups is currently the coach of the fucking Portland Trailblazers, bro.
Yeah. Literally like
zero
opposite side.
Yeah, like what the fuck are you talking about?
But I don't know, man. Like I think the way people discuss basketball is so diametrically opposed to the way people discuss football. Like people discuss football with love, bro. Like there's a lot of like it's like the sports. Like no one hates on the sport or like the way the sport is played or like no one hates on the fact that people throw the ball so often nowadays versus back in the day when you used to run it. Like no one hates that. Like you get the occasional like, oh, back in my day you could hit the receivers actually instead of like now you can't even touch them. But from the NBA old heads, bro, it's so much like, oh, back in my day in the 90s, LeBron would have never survived. Or like, you think Kevin Durant surviving in the 90s with that sort of like whatever? Or like they shoot so many threes now. Or like people shoot so many free throws now. Like I don't know why we can't just discuss like the level of basketball today is so much better than it was 10 years ago. Which was so much better than it was 10 years before that. Like with we get blessed to see players like even lower level stars like Jamal Murray would have been disgusting like 20 years ago, bro.
Yeah.
With his current bag. And we get put in a position where we have to just hate on it just to hate. Like there's so much just like disgust towards the way the NBA is played now. So like casual fans are like, bro, I just hate basketball. It's so boring. But like football is it's just more boring to watch football. Like there's like it's 3 hours, bro.
And also
there's
football, like there's a flag every like 2 seconds or like every 10 seconds. Like I so many people, I had this argument with so many. I'm not saying like I get what you're saying, but like I had this argument with so many people. People are like, yeah, football is such a better sport to watch. Like it's such a better sport to follow. I'm like,
no, it's not.
I love football, but like the talent in the NBA, bro. Like if you look at it for every team, like okay, I'll give you a perfect example. You have a one-time National College Player of the Year and a 2-time first team All-American in college in Luka Garza that gets 2 minutes a game.
Yeah.
That's how talented the league is. He is like the 14th man on an NBA team when he was a National Player of the Year in college. Like you have those kind of players riding the bench. You have players like last season, like Malachi Flynn dropped 50. Like, bro, when in the NFL are you seeing like a random receiver going out and because dropping 50 is probably like dropping like 170 and like 2 touchdowns. When are you ever seeing a random receiver doing that?
Yeah.
Other than like fucking like Will Fuller like 4 years ago and he would randomly do that like once a season. Like someone like that, maybe, yeah. But like that's what I don't get. Like, and I feel like the way the NBA is discussed now, it's so top heavy. Like I feel like there's so many players in the league that deserve so much more credit than being talked about. Like, for example, I don't want to give a Wolves player. Let me give someone else. Tamani Kamara. He's been getting a lot more hype recently, but you have players like that is like a top 5 on-ball defender in the league, a very, very good athlete. It's just because he's on a Blazers team, he doesn't get credit. Like that's my problem with the NBA is that they give a lot more love to bigger markets than like smaller markets. Which in the NFL, when you really when you hear about it, you hear people talking about teams like from top to bottom. You don't hear people only talking about like, oh, the Chiefs or the Giants or like big teams like that. You hear people talking about everybody.
Let's not call the Giants a big team in 2025, bro.
Yeah, I'm using like a big market. I guess. I guess we could say.
But you know what? You know what league is actually top heavy? The NFL.
Yeah.
Like I could probably bet you like $100 that the Chiefs would probably be in the AFC Championship game next season.
Mm-hmm.
We're probably gonna have we haven't had a repeat champion in the NBA since 2018.
Yeah.
It was the Warriors. And I'll bet you we're not gonna have a repeat champion this year because the Celtics are not winning that shit.
Yeah, the Celtics are not winning.
So we're seeing parity for the first time in the league in 6 years. For the past 6 years, it's been it's been very even in terms of who wins the league. You're not gonna be able to predict the champion. You can predict the top 4 or 5 teams by this point, but that's every sport. Even in football, I made a bet in 2022 that the Chiefs would win a ring in 2023, 4 and 5, and I was 1 game away from being right. Yeah. You know how crazy it is? I predicted the next 3 Super Bowl wins.
Super Bowls.
It's I don't understand, bro. I know why, right? It's because of gambling. Football is just objectively a more easy sport to gamble on.
Yep.
Especially with the rise of fantasy, in fantasy basketball never really took off for me, at least. It's just hard to get people to care about it for 82 games versus 16. But I'd rather spend my time watching 2 hours of high paced energy than 3 hours of flags and ads, bro. With all due respect, of course.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it's not even some of the people that do talk about that are on ESPN, some of the spokespeople are kind of stupid. I'll give it to you, but if you really think about it, there's some people in the NBA that actually do know what they're talking about. For example, Windy, Brian, well, I don't know how to pronounce that last name, but Brian Windlestorm, whatever. He's actually he actually knows what he's talking about. But people don't want to listen to it because everybody's connotation about the NBA is that they're just gonna talk shit about players and all this and that all the time. So I feel like they really do have to change the narrative. I like when for example, Malika Andrews does these little interviews with teams or players after something cool happens for the player or the team. For the Wolves, she did an interview after that comeback against the Thunder, and she did an interview with Nickeil Alexander-Walker on national television. So recognizing smaller players like that, it's I feel like the more you do kind of things like that, I feel it'd be better for the sport in general.
Just big market bias, bro. The Lakers become good all of a sudden, and the topic isn't that, oh, are the Lakers the biggest threat to the Thunder? It's, oh, are the Thunder the biggest threat to the Lakers? No one is threatened by the Lakers, bro. With all due respect, I love LeBron and Luka, and obviously everyone will try to avoid him in a playoff series, but we play 82 games for a reason. They've had a good 3 to 4 weeks of basketball, and we're is the best team in the Western Conference a threat to this 3 seed, and it's just because they have LeBron and they're from LA. That's it. Big market bias will never. It's, I don't know, bro.
They'll never go away. It's just gonna keep happening, and it's just gonna keep going. I feel having players like Wemby on the Spurs and on the Wolves, people like that, having big name players on these small markets is gonna start helping a lot, especially the Thunder are also considered a small market team. Having Shea on the Thunder, people like that. I feel those kind of things that's gonna help the league the more and more we go on. So I think that'll be good.
But it would help if people like Shaq and Charles Barkley and Kenny Smith,
they're very too in tune of just talking about old heads like the LeBrons, the Currys of the league. I don't know if you realized they talk a lot of shit about the younger players in the league. Literally 2 months ago,
it's just Shaq, bro.
And Barkley sometimes too. 2 months ago, Charles Barkley was oh, Anthony Edwards has regressed as a player completely. Dude, where the
I don't want to say too much. I also said the same thing, to be fair.
Yeah, but the way you have a reason. His whole reasoning is just because he was shooting threes. That's it. I'm bro, that's why he regressed as a player, because he's not dunking anymore. What kind of sense does that make? That makes no sense. But
see, my thing is I will give Barkley and Kenny some credit, right? Because they do.
I'll give Kenny and Ernie credit.
Because they do them, all 3 of them. Because they do the March Madness stuff, and they know what they're talking about. Not Charles actually, but Kenny knows what he's talking about in terms of college basketball, and he knows what he's talking about the NBA too. But they're so forced to talk about these big market teams all the time. And you can tell, like, Charles would be like, what the fuck are we talking about the Lakers? They've had a good 2 weeks. Like, let's talk about the Thunder and the Cavs, the Thunder and the Cavs. And, like, he won't say too much informatively because he's not really the smartest basketball mind. That's not why we watch Charles Barkley. But it's good to give love, right?
Yeah.
But then Shaq openly saying that he doesn't watch the Pistons and Pistons are boring basketball. Like, you're one of the faces of, like, talking heads on basketball, telling us that an up-and-coming team is bad at basketball.
Nah,
Like,
you know it's bad when they let Draymond on their show like all those times, bro. You know it's bad when that happens. Like, you should not be letting Draymond come on a show. Like, come on, bro. What like saying that? Oh, the Warriors confirming the Warriors are gonna win a chip. Like, what kind of dumb shit is that, bro?
like I appreciate players like Tim Legler on
Mhm.
ESPN. He actually knew what he's talking about. Like when JJ Redick was doing analysis, he actually knew what he was talking about. Richard Jefferson is funny, but you can tell there's something there, right?
Yeah.
Like, give players who want to grow the game platforms and not people
What's
who
that?
just want to shit on the game and like talk about the old days for another.
What's that girl? That's all she used to play in her sisters in the WNBA. She's
Chine
yeah,
Gomike
she's also pretty good.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
she knows what she's talking about too. Like that.
yeah.
And then there's Perk. You just have Perk sitting there.
Shout out Perk because he said Shea to win MVP, but man, I think he's just racist, bro. Like I think if Shea was white, he would not want Shea to win MVP.
Dude, he's so funny, bro.
His reasoning is like, I don't care what Jokic's gonna do. I think Shay's win MVP. I'm like, bro, come on. We can build our case more credibly than this. We don't gotta resort to the fact that he's white.
I don't care. He's crazy.
God damn it. Like, he has a good case.
You know what's funny? When I fucking saw Kai Cenat on fucking like First Take or something with
hands on the Barbosa is the greatest player of all time.
Hands on the table, bro. Hands on the table talking. What are you doing with your hands on the table like that, bro? What do you know about balls that you gotta be sitting like that?
Bro, they had Drewski on the stock market show doing the same
That
shit.
Was funny as fuck.
Are we being serious right now? Anything else interesting in the league to talk about? We could do some college basketball stuff. Are you tapped in?
Yeah, I'm tapped in a little bit. What you want to talk about with college?
So I don't know. Like, we could do because we got a couple more minutes left before our regular podcast length.
We got a notification before we started that like Coop got hurt or something.
No.
Apparently he had to get help.
Is this a live reaction?
Yeah, he had to get helped off the court during a halftime in Georgia Tech or something like that.
No.
I don't know how bad is it though.
He's on a wheelchair.
Ah, fuck. Shit, man.
Oh my god.
That's so unfortunate.
Against
GT. Yes, GT is crazy work, bro. Are you trying so hard?
Why is he even playing?
Yeah, why are you even playing, bro?
They're up by 11 still. Damn it.
Crazy work.
Bro, I hope he can come back for the tournament. Damn. That's so bad.
Damn, that's actually sad.
Well, I was gonna say who you think is gonna win the tournament, but like let's assume health. Let's assume Cooper Flag is good. It looks like he just rolled his ankle.
I think Auburn, bro.
You think so?
Yeah, Auburn or Houston.
Nah, fuck Houston, bro.
Bro, Houston's defense is always so good, bro.
Yeah, but they play in a cupcake conference. This is another hot take I have, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand why we have like such different skill level in conferences. Like, you got teams in the Big Ten and the SEC that got to claw their way to the tournament, and then you have teams in the fucking Big 12. Like, what the fuck is a Big 12, bro? Like why?
There's already a Big 10, bro. Why are you putting a Big 12?
Yeah, just put Houston and Iowa State in the Big 10 and call it a day, and make that the Big 12 instead. We don't need the rest of the teams anyways. Fuck Kansas.
Kansas is fucking ass.
Yeah, we don't need
Baylor. Fuck Baylor. We don't give a fuck about Baylor.
But
God,
Roll Terps.
Colorado is fucking dude. I need that man on the Wolves, bro. Derek Queen, bro. I need that boy on the Wolves.
He'd be tough.
I need him on the Wolves.
Roll Terps. We're gonna win the whole thing.
You think so?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, Michigan State's been looking good too.
Yeah, bro. I saw them beat us in a half-court buzzer beater, bro. I know they're nice.
Yeah.
But the thing with Maryland that I really like is one, like, we're actually good at basketball. But two is like any one of our players can be the best player on the floor on any given day. Like, we're not really like a Derek Queen dependent team. Like, we got the best shooter in the conference in Jacoby Gillespie. You have two snipers in Selton Miguel and Rodney Rice. You have Julian Reese, who's been one of the best defenders in the country. Like, and you obviously have Derek Queen, who's going to be a lottery pick. Like, it's just like super well balanced team. We have 4 stars on the bench that don't really get any minutes because we're so dependent on our starting lineup. But I don't know, man. Like against like Duke and Auburn, obviously like they should be favored. Like they just done more in the regular season. But I don't know, man. In a tournament style game where like any team can win it, I don't see why a team that's ranked in like the top 20 in both defense and offense can't win the whole thing, man.
I agree with that. I think, yeah, defense is really important in the tournament, especially because like when it comes to college basketball, it's like the defensive intensity is crazy especially in the tournament, bro. I will not know how motherfuckers even dribble up the court, bro. They full court press you the whole. I do not know how people even like dribble the ball up. They full court press all game. Like it's
And plus, they're
insane.
just like you have to like I think what a lot of my friends who just started watching college basketball this year because Maryland's good. Like what a lot of them don't understand is like college basketball is so like the players are so much worse than the NBA.
Yeah,
Like the
100%.
NBA is like an absurdly filtered version of college basketball where we just get the top like 1.5 to 2% of athletes.
Yeah.
Like we can't expect people from Providence or like people from San Diego State to like play like NBA players, right?
Yep.
So that's why Coop averaging 19 points a game in college. Like we're like my friends like, oh, 19 points a game. Like that's not even that crazy. Like
Mm-hmm.
like 30 people in the league are doing 19 points a game. Like no, like 19 points a game is insane in college. Like because
Yeah.
you don't have the whole offense run through you. Like this is just like shots you're getting off team looks, you know?
That's actually a really good point. And also like you could so easily just see like the difference in like talent. Like half the college players can't like shoot consistently from three. Like it's pretty obvious. Like being a good 3-point shooter in college is like it's like crazy. Like that's like damn. And then so like that discrepancy is really much there.
Yeah.
100%.
But I don't know, man. I'm excited for the tournament because this is gonna be especially if Coop's hurt. Like it's gonna be so wide open. Cause I thought Duke were gonna for sure. I thought like they're so much better than everyone else in my opinion. Even though like they played a lighter schedule than Auburn,
Yep.
like I think Auburn has the best resume, but Duke has 3 lottery picks on that team. Like Coop is like on a different level. Like they have Knuppel, who's a really good guard. You have Kaman Maluk, who's really good. You have Tyrese Proctor, who
Proctor is really
who I
solid.
didn't know was Australian, which
Yeah,
is
he
an
is
interesting.
Australian. Yeah.
He's super nice. Like yeah, a super well balanced team.
I've been a huge fan
And
of Proctor since he's been in Duke. I thought he'd be one and done when he came. Then I
yeah,
thought like his second year he'd take a bigger leap, but I mean I think he'll go like second round maybe this year.
for sure, he's good. I'm just excited. There's some more parity. You know,
Yeah,
like
100%.
it's gonna be kind of cool. We might see a 5th seed win it.
Yeah, that'd be pretty tough. And then we'll probably see another white boy that will take over the fucking first 2 rounds of the tournament, like fucking what was that guy's name last year? Jack Goy
That was last year. I know who you're talking about.
Goy
Jack Golke.
Golke. Yeah, we'll
He
probably
played for the Thunder Summer League team.
summer league team. Yeah, so I'll probably see somebody else like that pop off for a couple games or two. See something like that happen.
It's gonna be crazy, bro. I can't wait.
But I want to end off talk about the Wolves for like 2 minutes real quick because the Wolves are
Yeah, fuck him. We don't need to talk about him. Fuck him.
bro. We gotta talk about my boy Julius, bro. I've been shitting on him too much. He's been playing good. I don't know if you're tapped in a little bit, but we're on a 6-game winning streak. Sitting at
I'm tapped into Jaden McDaniels, bro. That's
dude,
what I'm tapped into. His offense, he's finally reaching that offensive ceiling that we wanted him to reach for so long.
dude. I literally 3 months ago, I was like the first person to say, "Yo, trade this motherfucker. Get this motherfucker off my team."
You were in
Now,
the comments, bro.
yeah, now, bro, you better never leave, bro. You better never leave. When Ant said they got KD, we got Jaden McDaniels, he ain't lying, bro. He ain't lying.
He's lying for sure. He's really lying.
But the offensive leap is there. I feel like I think this is the one thing we could talk about before we end. In the beginning of the season, Jaden was basically told to just sit in the corner and basically catch and shoot 3-pointers, and that's not what he does. He's a really, really good mid-range shooter because he's 6'9", so like he literally will shoot over anybody, kind of like what KD does. But obviously, he's a worse mid-range shooter than KD, 100%. That's a given. But
Yeah.
I feel like now he's also slashing the rim a lot more. He's attacking the offensive glass a lot more. And Jaden's really he's the type of player that when he's playing good, he has the confidence. But when his first 3 or 4 shots don't fall, You can like visibly see him on the court like get frustrated. Like he'll miss, he'll put his head down, he'll like waddle back. So like I think Finch like drilled in his head like, yo, if your shot's not falling, get to the glass, get an offensive rebound, get an easy putback, or get to the line, and then get your confidence back up, and then get to your mid range, and then just like I said, like putting your players in positions to succeed. Finch was really bad at that the last 2 seasons with Jaden. His whole thing was play defense and sit in the corner and catch and shoot. But now having like Terrence Shannon Jr. and Jalen Clark, other like two very good on-ball defenders that you can kind of throw in there, allows Jaden to like be a little less aggressive defensively, save some more energy offensively, and like he's showing now that he has a bag. I mean, he's averaging like 17 points per game or like 15 points per game since like the beginning of this year and since February actually. And next year I could see him probably like taking another step, getting to that 15, 16 point per game mark. And that would be huge for the team if you can do that consistently for 82 games.
I noticed it more against us the second game when y'all came back from 25.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the reason y'all came back was he actually became aggressive. Like he took the 2 dribble, then like that pull up mid range.
Yep.
Like, every time. Like it's cash. Like I don't know why. I was wondering why he didn't go to that in the first game. Like he's actually super nice at it. And with how good he is on defense, like you said, if he can just give you guys like 15 to 16 points per game, if you guys can sell Julius Randle for a bag of chips at some point, you guys might actually be a good team soon.
Yeah. I mean, I'm down with sending Ju out, obviously, but like he's been playing really good. So I mean, with the way he's playing this season, like I'm hoping we can make a run, do something. But like
and get KD.
I don't even know if I want KD, bro. Bro, 50. How much money does it? It's like 50 mil, right? That was like the whole reason of us like trading away Cat though. Like you're basically getting like another contract like Cat. I mean, the contract is worth it at that point though, obviously, because like it's a $50 million contract for KD as opposed to a $60 million contract for Cat. But like,
still, you don't think Cat's better than KD right now?
Bro, I would still rather have KD, bro. KD is KD, bro. I have so
for
much.
Your team, I'd rather have KD.
Yeah, I have so much respect for KD, bro. As just a pure scorer, like he's.
For your team, I'd for sure rather have KD.
And dude, Nas. I mean, I saw. I don't agree with this, but I saw this the other day. Somebody called Nas a better shooter than Cat. So I commented and I was like, he's not a better shooter than Cat. He's a better 3-point creator. Like creating for himself. No, like creating a 3-point shot for himself.
No, we can't disrespect Cat like this.
No. Cat is 100% the best big man shooter of all time. I've said that so many times.
No, that's all. No, we can't keep doing this too. Wait,
what?
We can't keep disrespect. One, the answer is Kevin Durant. But
big man, like, I mean, like as in like center. Wise.
KD's taller than Cat.
Center, bro. He's a power forward, not a center.
Wait, what about Dirk?
Yeah, Dirk's midi is so much because Cat doesn't really have a midi. Cat doesn't have a midi at all.
Okay, here's my thing, right? Nas obviously
shooting is midi and 3-point combined, right? Like it's like both.
For sure.
Yeah, Cat's mid range is non-existent. He doesn't have a mid range game.
For sure, Dirk, bro.
Yeah, it has to be Dirk because second best big man shooter of all time.
When Cat's 60, bro, like he's pulling that low, like Cat's step back is like the smallest step back of all time. It's not even a step back. It's like Loki a side step, like goes nowhere, but he gets separation on it.
It's because like when he shoots flat-footed. Like he doesn't jump on his shot. So when players like see him like step back, they're like, "Yo, what the fuck is this dude doing?" And they don't know how to react. But, like my point was like when, for example, like say Nas or Cat has the ball at the top of the key, and you have 3 seconds, you have 2 seconds, 3 seconds left on the clock, where you have to do like a dribble move and like get away from a defender. Nas's ability to do that is better than Cat. That's what I'm saying. Like his ability to just like create more separation on threes and hit step backs is better than Cat. But Cat's just like pure shooting wise.
I think so Cat's more likely to hit the shot. I think Nas is more likely to get more separation, if you want to say that, because he just got a deeper bag.
Yeah, he does have a deeper. Obviously, has a deeper bag. I mean, he's not a better shooter, 100%. Nas has been a really good shooter though this season.
Good for Nas, bro. Getting in Cat combos is crazy at this point.
I mean, that's the whole reason. Like, we traded Cat. Bro's supposed to become a 20-point per game scorer, shoot 40% from 3, 50% from the field, grab you 8 rebounds. That's the reason we traded Cat.
I mean, if he can do it, that'd be kind of clutch for y'all.
Yeah, we've seen it a little bit, but he also has games where he drops like 6 points and doesn't do anything. So, but
I look see him more as a 3, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Nas?
Yeah.
Nah, he's too slow to play the 3.
But he's too like.
I feel like the 4 is perfect for him.
I don't know, like. Yeah, 4. But he doesn't strike me as a good defender.
Really? You don't, dude? He's a good defender, bro. Next time
He
you
strikes
watch.
me as a good help side defender, but man, like
See, on ball against guards, like he gets blown by like pretty easily. But I mean, against like power forwards, like I mean, against like a Tatum, I don't know because Tatum's like a smaller forward.
I mean, I
Against
don't want
like
to compare to Tatum, right?
no, I'm talking about like guarding Tatum, not comparing like
no,
the
no, I'm
game.
saying that like I don't want to judge his defense ability by someone that can guard. Like no one can guard him.
Look,
Like but like someone like Paolo.
I mean, Paulo's game is also very, yeah. Paulo would fry him. Yeah, Paulo would fry him. I'm just like in my mind, it just went through my mind. Paulo's like two shoulder bumps to his like fadeaway. Yeah, Nas isn't guarding that. Yeah, I mean at that point you'd probably put Jaden on Paulo and then like let Nas like guard.
But Nas for your 1 for ons, bro. Clipped.
No fuck. Nah, you put Ann on Franz, and then like you see what
Who the fuck
happens.
is Nas guarding?
Fucking like KCP, let him run around the 3-point line. Dude, that's what we do, bro. Sometimes we have like Rudy when we play like teams, we have like Rudy guarding like Russ or something, or like Rudy guarding like. It's like I'm just like, bro, what is going on?
Rudy guarded Russ in the Jazz series.
Yeah.
Actually, no, he guarded Roberson. Roberson wasn't healthy, or else he would have guarded Roberson.
Nah, Roberson wasn't healthy. Yeah.
Fuck
Andre Roberson, bro. Fucking broken ass jump shot.
Yeah, crash out on that guy.
Holy fuck. I mean, dude, he's dirty at defense, bro.
Whatever.
Whatever. Put the ball in the fucking basket first.
Yo, fuck that, bro. Put the fries in the bag. Shooting like 14% from the free throw line is crazy.
Nah, 14% from 3-point line is crazy work, bro. I don't know how you could ever do that. That's wild. But yeah, is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
I think it's good to go, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, so that concludes our episode today, but we're gonna be back a little bit more consistent, obviously. I know Aashrith is going on spring break soon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like obviously like after that we'll be a little bit more consistent because I was also on spring break a week ago, so that's another reason why we haven't dropped an episode in like a week and a half. But we'll probably do another episode this weekend and have one out, and then we'll have like TikTok clips and everything. But yeah, keep sticking with us. Follow us on Instagram and YouTube at Off the Dribble. And peace.
Peace.